The air was thick with the stench of decay. Garbage bags overflowed, spilling their rotten contents onto the floor. A deep layer of filth covered every surface. This was not a scene from a horror movie. This was the reality for 3 young children in Pontiac, Michigan. For 4 long years, they lived trapped in this nightmare. Their home, a prison of neglect and squalor. The eldest, a 15-year-old boy, bore the weight of responsibility for his younger sisters, aged 13 and 12, their childhoods, stolen by the very people who swore to protect them. The walls, once a vibrant hue, were now stained with grime and neglect. The furniture, broken and unusable, lay buried beneath mounds of trash. The air, heavy with the smell of feces and urine, stung the nostrils. This was not a home. It was a testament to the depths of human indifference. Their days were bleak, a monotonous cycle of hunger and despair. Their mother, absent for days, sometimes weeks, would occasionally toss a loaf of bread on the porch. It was a meager offering, barely enough to sustain them. They clung to these deliveries, these morsels of hope in a world that had forgotten them. Their only contact with the outside world came in the form of delivery drivers. Unbeknownst to them, these strangers, bringing takeout and groceries, held the key to their freedom. Their orders, placed through apps with names like Instacart and DoorDash, were a lifeline for the children. The children rarely ventured outside. The eldest, haunted by fear and uncertainty, left the house only twice in those endless years. Their world shrank to the confines of their fetid prison. They were invisible, their cries for help lost in the silence of their abandonment. Their nightmare finally ended when the landlord, alerted by months of unpaid rent, called for a welfare check. The deputies, accustomed to the harsh realities of their job, were unprepared for the horrors that awaited them. The stench hit them first, a wave of putrid air that made their eyes water. Donning hazmat suits, they entered the house of horrors. The children, found cowering in a bathroom, were like frightened animals, their eyes wide with fear and distrust. Their bodies, covered in dirt and grime, told a story of unimaginable neglect. Their hair, matted and unkempt, hung in their eyes. Whisked away from the squalor, they were finally safe. Placed in the care of relatives, they began the long and arduous journey of healing. The community, outraged by their plight, rallied around them. Donations poured in, clothes, toys, money, a collective outpouring of love and support. The children, still bearing the scars of their ordeal, are slowly starting to heal. They are learning to trust again, to hope again. Their laughter, once silenced by fear, is slowly returning. The community, determined to right this wrong, is demanding accountability. How could this happen? How could 3 children vanish into plain sight? The answer lies in the cracks of a broken system, a system that failed to protect its most vulnerable members. The pandemic, with its disruptions to education and social services, created a perfect storm for neglect to flourish. But from the ashes of this tragedy, hope emerges. Lawmakers are proposing changes to the school code, mandating closer monitoring of student absences. The case has ignited a conversation, a call for vigilance, a reminder that child welfare is everyone's responsibility. The children, their spirits unbroken, are a testament to the resilience of the human spirit.